Are You Awake podcast here. Paul Farahvar, your host. This week we have comedian Sam Rocha. Fun episode. If you're listening to this podcast, go over to my YouTube channel and watch it. Problem with one of the cameras, the last 20 minutes of the podcast, you'll notice the very top of her head is cut off. That wasn't done intentionally. Sam's aware of it. I have apologized profusely, but it's a great episode. Make sure you follow Sam. If you don't already, follow me. And also subscribe to this podcast. If you aren't already, make sure you check me out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And now I have a Substack as well, where I talk about comedy and all that good stuff. Come see me live. I will be at House of Comedy in Minneapolis Sunday, September 27th. Then I will be at the Laugh Factory for stand-up sit-down on Monday, September 28th. Great show. If you want free tickets to that show at any time, follow me on Instagram and just ask. I have a lot of free comps for that show. It's a fun show. We interview comedians after their sets. Highly recommend. I will be in St. Petersburg at Sunshine City Comedy Club on October 3rd and 4th. I will be at Comics That Kill on Wednesday, October 1st at the Laugh Factory. I'll be in LA in the middle of October. I will also be in Wisconsin. If you go to my website, Paul F. Comedy, you'll see all my dates, all information on how to get tickets to all these shows. If you give us a review on this podcast, I will send you a pin. Why Are You Awake pin. These are high quality, super cool pins. It's the logo of Why Are You Awake? And that's it. I really appreciate you guys listening to this podcast and telling your friends about it. It's growing, and this one is a great one. Make sure you listen to it. Make sure you follow Sam and check out our sponsors. Hey, gang. As some of you know, I used to be a practicing lawyer in Chicago. I no longer practice, but from time to time, I need a lawyer. And when I need a lawyer, I call my friend Scott Shapiro. Scott Shapiro has been practicing law for over 25 years in Chicago. He does it all, from workers' compensation to personal injury, employment issues, and even entertainment law and contract needs. If you need a lawyer, call my friend Scott. 312-648-8800. That's 312-648-8800. Or you can email him at scott@scottshapirolegal.com. Tell him I sent you. You're welcome.
I'm really jazzed about this setting.
Yeah,
it's very cool
right?
looking. Yeah, it is. How long have you been doing the podcast?
About a year.
Oh,
but I had a singles only one for years.
Okay.
That was very good. This one's not there yet.
Well, after this episode,
yeah, we're going to go viral.
Big
Sam.
gains.
Hey, it's time for another edition of Why Are You Awake? Paul Farahvar here. This week we have up and coming comedian Sam Rocha. Did I say that right? Rocha. Fuck, this thing's over.
No. A lot of people are afraid of the hard roach, but you just go there.
As a person who's misnamed, my last name is mispronounced every episode, every show I do. So I get
I'm sure.
I thought it was Sam Rocha.
It is not, but it's spelled that way. Maybe not. I'm not the authority.
When I brought you up on my show, did I say it right or wrong?
I don't remember. Okay. I don't remember.
Okay.
Wait, I should pronounce your last name just for fairness. Farahvar.
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
I think I've heard it a couple times now, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well known in the comedy world.
You are. You want to talk more about that?
No, it isn't about me. I have so many questions for you, Sam.
Please.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Santa Barbara, California.
Santa Barbara.
Originally.
And you came to Chicago. Why?
I came to finish college in the middle of the pandemic and to go to comedy school, Columbia College, Chicago.
Oh, really?
The comedy program there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Everyone is from there.
Everyone is from there. Yes. Wow. I know several comedians who've done that.
So I have to get this out, the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
You are a member of the trans community.
It's true. It's true.
Being how much that Trump has spent money attacking your community, why did you vote for him?
His looks, something about the hair really does something to me in the downstairs region.
Sam, let me ask you this then. You're taller.
Taller.
How tall are you?
5'9".
You're not under oath here, but you didn't do this to go into sports, did you?
I didn't. I didn't become transgender to go into sports. Is the question.
Is that the question?
That
is the question.
I didn't. I really don't think I'd be very good at any of the sports.
So you weren't an athlete?
I was not an athlete.
Really?
No, do I look like I could be?
Yeah, you're tall and you've got limbs that assume that you might be a volleyball player is what I would assume. Or swimming.
I have swam. I know how. So that perhaps that could count.
Okay, if you ever decide to go into Olympics or anything, the record is clear. It's here.
It's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's going to be, but I do believe I can just go into the Olympics anytime I want.
Yeah.
I can just sign up because they'll say, we want the press for this. We want there to be kind of a big tension and a problem.
Okay.
So it could be good. Good.
Well, I just wanted to make sure people knew that in case that was your end goal.
Yes. And just to make sure everyone listening knows what they're dealing with before we get into the rest of the podcast, if they need to switch it off now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, so how did comedy come into play in your career other than the sports thing didn't work out?
The sports thing was a miserable failure.
Okay.
So I said, I got to do something completely different.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was good about the sports thing was that my, people would laugh when I played sports. When I kind of flung my arms around and such, and I said maybe I have a career in comedy.
Okay.
So I tried it, and in truthfulness, I came to Chicago to do the comedy program. I wanted to do it. I'd gone to community college for film, which is the other thing I love. And then I came to Chicago to do comedy. Finished school 2 years, and then decided I wanted to pursue stand-up specifically.
You can specialize in stand-up comedy?
Yeah, they do. They kind of give you an overall survey of everything. They do like a stand-up class, and there was clowning, and then there was improv and sketch, and you do the big thing at the end is you do a semester at Second City. You put on a show, and you have to work with a group.
Improv?
Is sketch.
Oh, sketch.
It's all sketch. You have to
everyone has to do that even if they do the stand-up?
I think, yes. Everyone in the comedy program has to do that. Most of them want to.
When you were a kid, what was it that brought you to comedy? Usually there's trauma, you're trying to make someone laugh in your family.
My mom was really funny. My mom was always really funny, still funny. And my parents are both English teachers. They in college.
Okay.
They were college professors. They're smart. Yeah. Those two. They were very good with words and such, and they just exposed me to a lot of movies and TV and.
Well, not a lot of TV.
No, I didn't know.
Before the podcast started, there's a picture of Bob Saget over here,
yes.
And she said, "Oh, is that John Stamos?"
I was on the right track. I'll contend.
Yeah, one's a well-known comedian, and the other is a good-looking guy who went to the White House. Two different things.
Oh.
And more importantly, I know your parents did not expose you to a lot of comedy on television because I have the cast of Newhart.
The Bob Newhart show.
Bob Newhart show when he was in Vermont. And Sam said, oh, is that the cast of Friends on a bad day?
On a bad day.
How dare you? Bob Newhart's from Oak Park, Illinois.
Oak Park, Illinois. I should know these things. I really should. Well, they look very happy in the picture. I'll give you that one, Paul. They look like they had a hell of a time making that show.
It's one of the best shows on television.
Maybe I'll put it on. I watched my first episode of Cheers not long ago.
Okay.
That was pretty fun. That was pretty good.
Yeah, some of that doesn't hold up. It's a little...
Yeah, you don't think?
Bob Newhart does, because the writing was really good, and he's such a good comedian, and it's if you like dry, smart comedy, I think you would like it. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
I know.
Cheers
so
is kind of silly, and there's a lot of 80s homophobic stuff in there.
Oh,
and,
sounds more up my alley.
Donald Trump is mentioned a lot.
Oh, love it.
Ironically. Those are the shows that I grew up on, but I'm a little older than you. So
I grew up, I would say, on The Office, That was a big one in my childhood. And Seinfeld's all of Seinfeld.
Sure.
They showed me that one.
Classic. They showed it to you? It wasn't on syndication on every channel?
In the room that they locked me in, they showed me things.
Are you an only child?
I grew up as an only child. I have one half brother who I never lived with as a kid, but who I'm close to now.
Okay.
Who's my dad's son, older, 5 years older.
You grew up in Santa Barbara?
I did.
Okay.
Santa Barbara, California.
What were you like as a kid?
I was creative. I would say I wanted to be a movie director when I was a little kid. So I'd make little movies with my friends and stuff. And I'd have them like rehearse it and everything. I loved control as a child.
Well, that's stand-up. You're controlling it.
It's true.
Growing up in Santa Barbara, my guess is that you grew up with people who actually were movie directors and producers and stuff.
I don't think I know anyone with connections to the industry.
But did you grow up with people where their dads were like, I don't know, Coppola
important people?
Yeah.
I wish I were a Nepo baby. That would be nice.
I know people who've grown up on the West Coast. Creativity is like part of, you're almost odd if you don't want to go into the arts.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the Midwest, like we're taught to get a real job.
Yeah.
Your parents obviously were English teachers, so they had a degree that
they did, and
was otherwise useless.
It's true, but they could teach.
Right.
That's what they could do with their degree. Yeah, they're very kind of like the centrist liberal coastal elite type. I would say my family is that kind of family.
And they were supportive of your creativity.
Yeah, they were. They were. They
What's
liked.
That like?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Do they give you too much support where it's like, in the improv community, I feel like they're so nice to each other, and I'm not shitting on them because I was in the conservatory at Second City.
You
think
did.
it's
You
great.
did do that.
Yeah, I did it.
Uh-huh.
It's like they're so nice to each other. It's like you need to have that fucking edge where people are like, ooh, why did that not work?
I agree. Yeah, no, I would not say that they were supportive of everything that I did. Like I liked to sing when I was a little kid, and my mom would tell me how bad it was, how bad it sounded. And it was true. And if she hadn't done that, I would have grown up and been like,
that.
I could have gone on American Idol, and then I would have had one of those horrible auditions that you see.
This lack of self-awareness.
Yes.
I feel like.
I think I have self-awareness.
It's funny because I'm Gen X, and what are you, Gen Z? What
on the cusp.
Okay. We're so mean to each other. If you go to a green room where there's comics who are, 43 or above, we're so mean to each other, and we're so mean to people we like.
Yes.
But sometimes it gets translated differently when there's someone in the room that doesn't know. It's never where there's like the originals from Laugh Factory. Yeah. We're all there and we're so mean to each other. And someone like came up to me, another young comic, like, "Why do you guys not like each other?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Those are like my best friends in comedy."
Terms of endearment. Yeah.
You guys are nicer to each other. Like
my generation.
Crew. Yeah.
I would say so.
Bunch of pussies.
I would. The woke liberal mob is the word for it. That's
Thanks Obama.
Thanks Obama. Exactly. I would say I'm nice and supportive. When I feel like I can get to know somebody better, then I think that I'm a little bit kind of meaner, or like I'm more comfortable, ribbing them a little bit. Yeah. But I love that.
That's my love language.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Even when I have a girlfriend, that's how we talk to her. Like I like when she calls me an idiot. I'm like, that's hot.
That's great. I don't know if I'd like that in a relationship.
Yeah, it's different.
But to each their own.
You're right.
And I love that your generation does that. And, I've seen it in the green rooms, and I always think I gotta get in on this in some way.
Welcome. You're welcome to rip on me.
I gotta say something horrible to these people. Each one of them. Just go around and just insult them horribly. But it would be out of character for me. And I don't think that I could pull it off. It's not my brand, I don't think that I could.
Have you done the roasts?
No, never done a roast.
See, I can't do the roast. I feel like those are mean. I think those are really mean. And I don't want to be roasted by people that don't know me.
Yeah, that's
Does that make
scary.
sense?
You never did the roast battle?
No, they've asked me a few times. I had an idea for doing one where I was just going to be like super nice and just
sweet.
be like, that's mean, and just be like completely like deflate. It's just such a risky alt comedy thing that I don't know if I could pull off. So.
That's totally that's quite a contrast, like being really nice on stage and just like a huge asshole in the green room. I love that for you. I do.
There's a lot of contradictions in my life. life. So growing up then, were you like a popular kid in like junior high and stuff, or were you kind of like awkward?
Oh, no. I was depressed in junior high school because of transgender reasons.
Right.
But then that was solved. And that, just like that too. You wouldn't believe how quick. And for everyone, that's the experience. You just kind of go it just clicks. Just one day, and then there's no more pain or suffering. No, I'm kidding. But no, I wasn't. I had a good group of friends, and like I've always had a close group of friends, like one or two or three, like really close friends. But no, I wasn't like a big popular person.
Were you like a theater kid then?
No, I wasn't. I was in college, sort of. I did like plays and stuff. It's an interesting trajectory that I look back on sometimes, because I feel like when I was a child and a teenager, I wasn't as comfortable like showing myself to the world, because I didn't feel like I was like in the right way I wanted to present myself.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I truly do have a love for film, but I think in a way I kind of hid behind like this, like behind the scenes, like this movie director thing. And then it wasn't until I was a teenager, probably late high school, when I was, presenting the way I wanted and everything, where I was like, oh, I actually would like to be on stage and everything. Like it wasn't really a consideration for me before that. But once I kind of felt comfortable, I was like, oh, I could be on stage. I want to try stand up. I want to, act and do all these fun things.
Was it uncommon for people who were similar to you, where they just didn't identify with the gender they were born with or anything like that in where you grew up with? Or were you like kind of an outlier?
I didn't know any other trans kids.
What about gay kids? Was it, I feel like in,
gay for sure. Gays, too many, some might say.
Well, Santa, I feel like
pretty liberal,
obviously I grew up in a generation where everyone was in the closet if they were gay. Then it became more accepted. Again, thanks Obama. But now I feel like it's almost it's a non-issue. Is that fair to say?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say growing up, elementary school, junior high age, like being gay was like still kind of like something you could be made fun of for, or something like that. And that was, I guess, that was like the 2000s era.
And then it just changed.
You're right. As soon as Obama came into office, we said no more. He said no more.
Well, Biden forced his hand, but that's a whole nother story.
I don't know about that story.
That's my background. Were you like staying up late as a kid, like getting into trouble or doing anything fun, or not really?
Yeah, I would sometimes go out with friends at night. I would sneak through my bedroom window. It was very easily opened, and it was on the first floor. So I have lots of memories going out that window and getting into a car, just any car, and like driving around with my friends. One thing we would do is we would drive to like where the UCSB has their parties and everything. It's University of Santa Barbara, California, and it's very famous for being like a huge party school.
Right.
And there's like a strip. The most partying street in the world. I don't know.
That's what they call it?
The most partying street in the world.
Your parents are so proud of your English.
Most partying.
Hold on. I assume you're somewhat of a night owl now because you work at night.
Yes.
Were you a night owl before you did comedy, or comedy has made you a night owl?
Yeah, I always was.
Okay.
I always was.
So I know you're not watching TV late at night as a kid. Clearly you didn't know what the fuck was on television.
No TV. People would make references, and I would say, "What the hell does that mean?"
You're like, "What's Mr. Rogers?"
What? In that voice, yes. I watch a lot of movies, though. That is what I do, especially late at night nowadays.
What kind of movies?
Everything. I watch everything from. Sometimes what I do is, this is very kind of OCD, but I'll pick a year, and then I'll go through all the movies
that's a good idea.
that were released in that year, like all the big ones. It's really fun for me. And then I get to make my little rankings and stuff, make my little lists.
What year are you on now?
I'm on 1998 right now.
Oh, that's a good year of movies.
It's a really
Beautiful
good year.
Girls was that year, right?
That's 96.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's one of my favorite movies.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Who directed that film again?
Demi. One of the Demis, right? Jonathan Demme, maybe?
Oh, you might be right. Natalie Portman,
Yep.
isn't it? Yeah, a young Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yes. I've seen that movie. It's been a little
Michael
while.
Rappaport. Yeah, it's a good
Michael
movie.
Rappaport. Who's the main guy in that?
He was in a lot. Oh, Timothy Dalton
Yes.
from Ordinary People,
Yeah.
1980.
That has to be one of my favorite movies, too.
That's my favorite movie.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Your favorite movie of all time?
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Have you ever been to the house?
I have.
Yes.
Twice.
Me too. Have you?
I dated a girl who lived around the corner, and during COVID, I have pictures in front of it.
Me too.
One of the
I'll send
best
them to
movies.
you.
And I'm not a movie person at all. but
Okay,
that's
fair.
1980. Timothy Hutton he won an Oscar
He
for
did.
that.
He
and
did.
the book is great too, by Judith Guest.
Oh, I never read the book.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah?
Oops. Yeah.
Read that? To read it?
Yeah, I like it. I'm a big book person though.
Okay.
But, clearly you're not with your English.
No. I have, no, that's my way of rebelling against my parents, saying no books for me.
Just movies.
Just movies.
So you'd watch movies late at night?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, 1998. Well, what are the good movies from 1998?
Well, okay, I just
That was
watched.
when I was in college.
The big one was Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Great
Which
movie.
I've seen as a kid, but I need a rewatch, which is one reason I like doing this, which is I get to go back to movies I haven't seen in a long time.
That was the only time I cried before COVID, other than at funerals.
Is that right? You're not a crier.
No, well, now I am. Now my emotions have been opened up. But before, that was one of the movies you're like, fuck.
I know.
I broke my record.
I'm also that way. I rarely cry.
Such a good movie, though.
That was famously the year, and I'm very into the Oscars and everything as well, the year Shakespeare in Love won Best Picture over Saving Private Ryan,
Oh, yeah, I
which
didn't
was
see
the
that
result of Harvey Weinstein, like aggressively campaigning. And it was like this whole story.
I don't like period movies, like
Yeah.
when they're fucking dressed up in like, and I never
think I
saw
remember
any of
that.
like the fantasy shows on
Sure.
TV. What was
like
the
a
big
Star
one?
Trek or
Yeah, I don't like any of that shit. I like
Fair.
present or like
Present, real.
70s, 60s. I can go to maybe World War II.
But that's as far
it.
as you go.
Yeah. When they go to like English accents and shit, I'm like, I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah,
That's
super.
fair. That's totally fair. And I'm always fascinated to see like what resonates with different people.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any genre that I really don't like. I think I watch just about anything.
I hate horror movies.
You do?
I
love horror
never seen
movies.
a horror movie.
Really? Why? What about
I don't
them?
know. What's the point? Like, why
Yeah.
do I want to have nightmares or be scared?
Yeah, I think I find it exciting to
Okay.
feel that way.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
In high school then, what happened when you got to high school? Well, what about your personality? Were you an awkward kid, still confused?
Yeah.
And not in like any clubs, clearly not playing volleyball.
You know, despite many offers,
Were you
as
tall?
soon as I came out, I suppose I was always this tall.
Okay.
So my height now could be a good frame of reference.
Coaches didn't like try to recruit you.
I
for
was never
basketball and
approached,
shit?
truly.
Really?
No, I was never approached.
That's so funny.
Well, it might have been because I was transgender, and that is kind of something people are wary about when it comes to sports.
In high school, you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
In high school. Well, that's when it happened, when I was struck suddenly.
And they didn't try to recruit you right after?
No, they didn't. They said, we're staying a mile away
We're
from this.
anticipating a president that's going to make a problem about this in 10 years. So, yeah.
Yes. It's even like some people were kind of on tiptoes about it, like the administration and everything.
Yeah.
Like they were like, well, we don't know what bathroom we want you to use exactly.
Oh,
and
right.
Stuff like that. And they were like very, like they talked about it like in a nice way, but they were just kind of like, it's like they never had dealt with it.
So you did it when you were younger then, right? And your parents were on board? Clearly.
My dad wasn't at the time, but we have come around. We've gone through quite a journey, my father and I.
What do you say to people that say if you do it to like kids, making a decision before you're 18 is kind of risky, but I assume this is a little different.
Yeah. Well, I think it's risky, but I think that there was risk and a ton of other factors involved in medical intervention when you're a child or a teenager and you're transgender. For me, I didn't want to experience another second of gender dysphoria. And it was so obvious, so that it seemed like the only option. And I think that the reality is when a lot of people, I mean, this is a very, I think, kind of randomly charged issue that has come up in politics. But I think the reality is when you're a transgender child or teenager, you go through so much therapy and so much psychology and so much checking with doctors and this and that, and then the parents being shocked and not wanting to accept it, and then the journey of them accepting it slowly, and it's like years-long process.
It's not like something that's overnight, like, I've decided I want to be a woman.
No.
Like, it takes a while.
No.
And there's requirements, right, for therapy too? Or
Yeah. Some might say too many. But it's been a long time now since I went through it, and I think that obviously now things have changed in terms of who can give this care or not.
What do you mean?
Like gender affirming care for minors is like
it's gone now.
It's gone in many places, in many states, or in many hospitals, and of course Trump has threatened, like you can't, we're not going to give you funding if so and so.
It's the fear
happens.
of the unknown, right? I think that anyone that has a problem with something doesn't know anyone that is in that category.
Yeah.
So growing up, we didn't know who was gay.
Yeah.
And then when you met someone that was, you're like, oh, there's no fear, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that to me is the biggest problem. And so
sure,
politically, that's what they do. They dwell on people that don't know.
They prey on those people.
Yeah.
They do, and
they prey on the people that don't know it either, not just the group that's
the people who just have no idea.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a powerful message, because if you say people are mutilating kids, people go, well, what's going on?
Right.
And if you don't really look into it or know anybody who's gone through it or anything like that, gender affirming care, at a younger age, then you would be maybe inclined to be like, well, of course that sounds strange. Yeah. That sounds wrong. But it's
nuanced. And also
different thing. That's
everything. Like every issue that is politically charged, immigration, people are like, oh, they're just like, no one understands the process of how hard it is to come here for immigration. Just as how hard it is to get gender affirming care, and people just assume it's like, oh, they're letting kids decide they want to be a cat. That's how it works.
Yes, that's what they believe. And then Trump says something like, imagine little Timmy comes home from school, frankly.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
It's a little subdued.
Yeah.
And he comes home with a horrible, disturbing surgery, frankly. And and he tells these stories.
And it's so crazy. I do shows do you do shows in states where
I have done shows throughout the Midwest, but not a ton. I've been to Iowa and Wisconsin and Michigan and
nothing south of the Mason-Dixon line, I take it.
I don't think I've ever been to the South. I would. I don't have a problem with that at all. I always kind of judge beforehand if I'm going to do transgender material or not. If I'm going to say I'm transgender and like go into it, or I'm going to do.
I've seen you do it, and I think you do it really well. Where you establish that you're funny first, and then you address it.
I go into it.
Because then they're like, they know you.
I've tried it kind of all different ways for all different crowds.
Well, it depends on the crowd, obviously.
It does.
If you're in a woke libtard room, you can do whatever.
They're going to eat it up. But sometimes it doesn't depend as much on the crowd. It just depends on what I want to do that night, if I want to talk about that or not. And I think that a lot of my comedy too, the biggest reason sometimes I steer away from talking about being transgender is it's not on my mind a lot, and it's not really my thing in
your
comedy.
Brand.
Yeah, I don't really feel it.
No, I agree with you.
I have I find it easier to write a joke these days about any number of things as opposed to what it's like being a transgender person.
That's a good way to look at it.
So that's me.
Well, you're funny.
Well, thanks. You too.
I saw you. We did a show together at Comedians You Should Know a few months back. You were on crutches.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And you had the best set.
Oh, thanks very much.
Clearly. And the lineup was pretty stacked.
It was a really good show.
And from top to finish. And then, I felt like you
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, so
I remember that one. That was my second time on it, and I felt like the first time I ever went, I did just okay, and the second time I was proud of myself. Proud of myself. I was happy that it turned out good, and that I had fun with the audience and everything.
Right.
I like that one.
I think that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go back to high school.
Sure.
What are you doing late at night then? You've had the surgery now. You're like, you're a fucking happy.
Yes.
100% happy. Mm-hmm. No problems whatsoever.
That's right.
Your high school experience is just perfect, like a TV show.
Perfect.
That you never saw.
Like the Bob Newhart show.
Yes.
I look just like those people in that photo right there. That's what happens when you're on a TV show. You kind of transform into them.
It aged you.
Yes.
The surgery fucking aged you. Yeah.
Very years. Very years.
Yes. Again, English.
What was I doing at night in high school?
Were you drinking yet? Were you like partying?
Well, in little bursts with friends, but not really. It wasn't
a problem.
It was not a problem. I wasn't really open and excited about life until, I would say, college.
Okay.
Until like after high school.
You wanted to get out of Santa Barbara.
I did. Well, I kind of hemmed and hawed for a while, and like because I went to community college first, and I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. I was going to go into film, and I wanted to do comedy, but there wasn't really comedy around me in Santa Barbara, so I wanted to find a great place to do it.
Did you go straight to Chicago for?
Yes.
Okay.
Or well, no, I spent a while in community college. Like it was like on and off. And then finally I finished everything. And this was 5 years ago, I think. Finally I finished all the, the general ed and everything. And then I was like, okay, now I'm fit to go off.
Right.
And everything. Yeah.
Were you doing anything creative, like outside of school?
In high school?
Making movies and shit?
Yeah. I always made little movies with my friends and stuff. Not a lot of it comedy. I did in community college. I did a short film, and it was like professionally produced and everything, and that was pretty cool.
Harvey Weinstein.
It was Harvey Weinstein. It was starring him.
Yeah.
He didn't produce this one. I just thought he really had the look that I wanted.
Goblin.
Goblin. Yes, it was about trolls.
Yeah. Horror movie.
It was a horror movie. It was about
really?
Yeah, it was a very short film about those people who do makeup on dead people in the morgue.
What's that called?
I think morgue cosmetologist or something like that. Something like that. I'm
sure the community's not going to be happy.
No, they're not going to be happy with me at all.
That's fine.
It starts with an E. There is a
epidologist.
EpiPen.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what it was about.
That's what it was. And the person wakes up, and the dead person, and the morgue cosmetologist strangles them back to death because they're like, I have to preserve this creation. So it was about control.
Yeah.
And it was a first try.
Did you act in it?
No, I had actors.
Okay. Let's talk about coming to Chicago. You come to Chicago, you start doing comedy. You realize you want to do stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Were you doing open mics everywhere?
Yeah. I started in seriousness after I graduated college, and that was 2022.
Okay.
And then I started doing open mics, and then did my first show probably August 2022, around then. So coming up on 3 years now. And that's really what I wanted to do. I think I love, sketch and everything, but I think that stand-up is so attractive to me as like the thing. You can go on stage every night and say exactly what you want to say, and there's an opportunity to do it every night in the city.
What's the end goal? Do you just want to do stand-up comedy, or do you have other aspirations?
I'd love to do stand-up comedy, and I'd like to
touring.
Oh yeah, I'd love to stand up and probably write and make a movie at some point too, a funny movie. I write a lot, and especially funny things, funny sketches and stuff, movie related, and I'd love to incorporate that.
Let's talk about after shows. Let's say you're doing a show. What are you doing after a show? You're obviously still wired from the show.
Well, sometimes I'll hang out and have a drink.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll go right home and just have a quiet night in.
Are you creative when you come home, or are you
I write a lot.
You write at night?
Yes, I write at night. I write in the day. I write my little sketches and stuff in my stand-up, and I type it all out. I have like 100.
You type at night?
I type
jokes?
at night. Yeah. Not the ones I've already done.
Right. New stuff.
But new stuff, yeah.
Every night?
Maybe not every night, but a lot of nights I do
you have like
that.
a pattern? What's your process for writing? Like, how do you write, or when do you write?
I have ideas, and I put them in my notes app, and then I will sit down at the computer, and I will open the notes app, and then I'll write down the ideas, and then I'll flesh them out on there.
Okay.
And
you'll try it on the show or open mic?
Yeah. If I like it enough, or I'll write something that's like supposed to be for like a TikTok, and then I'll write like a whole script out, and then I'll film it.
Wow.
And those are what my days consist of at the moment. I'm not working during the day right now because I couldn't when I had my injury. So then
Right, you got hit by a car?
I got hit by a car. I did. But I'm now fully recovered. I feel better than ever, honestly.
We couldn't get a lawsuit out of that, unfortunately.
I couldn't. I wish.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
I tried already.
I should have come right to you.
Yeah, but wasn't it a hit and run?
It was a hit and run. During the day,
You're not good at responding, by the way, on emails and
No,
Instagram.
I'm not. Sometimes I shy away from the social media.
Why?
I'll get back
That's
to
good,
it.
but why?
Because I see that I have a message, and I don't see what it is because I have it set and I probably shouldn't. I have it set for, it'll just say one message. And I'll say, okay, I'll get back to it when I'm done with these things.
That's good. You're focused.
Yeah.
But then you don't get back to it.
But then I don't get back to it. So I need to do that more, and I need to make a point to sit down and be more on top of that.
The business. Well, the funny thing is your generation's all like that. Like, I have show opportunities. Like for my show, I'll email people because I like to do it during the day. Because once I'm at a show, I don't want to fucking be a producer booking shows.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, email me back because I want to get this done, and then send it to the venue. Blah blah blah. And then some people I have to like chase down. I'm like, are you in or no? Like, you asked to do my show.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
No, it's okay. Are you listening to your sets? You recording your sets? Or
I haven't done it in a little while, actually. I have many recorded at this point.
You don't listen to them?
I haven't in a couple months, I don't think. Well,
wow. That's like the most important part of writing.
Yeah, you think?
Don't you think?
Maybe I should try.
I mean, I have a different process than you. I write stuff on my notes like you do, and then I'll work it out on stage. I feel like the pressure of not getting a laugh of what you've actually written forces you to sometimes come up with something that ends up being a placeholder to get out of not the failed thing that you thought was funny.
Yeah.
And then that ends up sometimes being the punchline. But I always listen.
Like I do that in a way, but it doesn't come from listening to it after.
You just remember?
I think just remembering, yeah.
It's hard to listen to, but what I do is I force myself to listen when I'm driving or when I'm in the shower, because you can't turn it off. Because if I'm just listening, sitting down, I get bored or I fall asleep. I can't listen to a fucking 45-minute set.
This is good advice.
So let's talk about now. You're going out. You sometimes go out after shows. Do you ever go out and like party after shows?
Rarely, but sometimes. I'll tell you this. Me and my friend, we went out to do karaoke last week. That was fun. I like karaoke. You can get me out to a bar if there's going to be karaoke.
Oh, that's like my least favorite thing in the world.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I could see that for you. You've never done it?
Oh, I've done it, but I also was a singer, so I'm a music snob.
You are?
Yeah. So I mean, I sing background mostly, but I have a decent enough voice that I could kick ass at karaoke. I just don't do it.
Did you write music and like?
I did. I have albums that were signed to a label. Yeah, I'm not some idiot up here talking about music.
That's what I thought you were, but now my opinion has changed.
No, so I was actually in Arizona this weekend. I get food right after a show. That's my process. I don't eat before shows, so I go. and the second show ended late. So I was just like, I just need to get food. And we went to a place, one of two only places that were open. And it was karaoke, and it was so bad. This guy was singing Soundgarden, but it sounded like he was dying. Like, rest in peace. Chris Cornell was literally dying there in front of us. And so I was like, we can't eat here, guys. I can't do it.
Well, that's pretty bad.
And it was too hot to eat outside.
That's pretty bad.
So we went to a truck Mexican taco place and got food poisoning. But at least I didn't have to listen to a bad Soundgarden.
The food poisoning was better than karaoke, in your opinion.
Bad karaoke is like the worst thing in the world.
Really?
Or bad music. Yeah. That if you hear like someone that's not singing, it just kills. It's like a bad joke or a bad comedian.
As someone who's into music, more so than that, who's a musician themselves, that it makes sense. And I don't think that I have as refined a taste. Like when I walk in, I think it's kind of fun to make fun of them. Like we walked in and there was like 4 just absolutely obliterated drunk girls doing Blank Space by Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
And that it was fun to watch a little bit and, snicker at them.
If it's not like off key, it's just bad, that's fine.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's people that think they're
bad.
good. What was the song you sang?
I sang too.
What did you sing?
I sang Father Figure by George Michael.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a pretty good one. And then this next one I'm proud of because I said to the DJ, and I always see the DJs at the karaoke and they look miserable because they have to sit through before he cheats over and over and over, and like everyone's drunk and they sound horrible and he's the closest to them.
Oh yeah.
But I said, can I do Once in a Lifetime by the Talking Heads?
Oh, great
And he
song.
goes, oh, great choice. And I was like, that's a big compliment.
And it's easy to sing too.
It is. And it's
talking.
It's almost like a dramatic monologue.
The songs, if you can't sing, are usually Talking Heads.
Yeah.
Neil Diamond, certain songs. Coming to America is easy. I love female singer-songwriters. That's my jam.
Oh, me too.
And I can never sing it. I have to change the key or I have to talk it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like when I like play it, I'm like, oh, this sucks. That's the thing. Like, oh yeah, that's my, like, do you like Lucy Dacus too? Lucy and
I
Phoebe
know
Bridgers?
who it is.
She's huge in the trans community.
It was, I was only saying it as a entity.
Yeah, I know.
That I know vaguely.
Well, Boy Genius is in it. It was the band.
Boy Genius is the it.
Baker, Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and Lucy Dacus.
I know someone who goes on tour with the Lucy Dacus.
Who is it?
Rachel Dispenza.
Yeah, that was the opener at Chicago Theater. They were at the show.
Yeah.
They opened, and so did Katie something at the show. But
Katie
funny
Lang.
thing happened, and I had a joke about it, but I was like, I might have to give it to someone else. But so at the show, it's 99% either women or trans audience. I'm the only, I guess, straight white man, even though I'm not white, but white
awesome.
enough. This is a joke I was working on, but I talked to Gwen about it to see if it's doable. So it's Lucy Dacus. Crowds mostly women and trans. Time to go to the bathroom. No line in the guys' room. All of a sudden, everyone's okay going in the guys' room. I'm like, oh, now you guys.
I think that's pretty harmless.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I got to figure it out. But I was like laughing at myself. I
think that's so fun that you went to Lucy Dacus.
Yeah.
And
by myself?
By yourself.
Then a friend met me there. Yeah.
But that's like me going to the movies by myself.
I go to concerts all the time.
You do?
I'll usually go, they're usually at the same time as my show. So I'll always ask to go early so I can still hit a show.
You do?
Yeah,
do you see like a lot of local artists and stuff?
I used to manage bands. That's a whole nother world.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The one person I saw here recently, Tori Amos.
Tori's great. Yeah.
And I just love her.
She's been around for years.
Forever. I love 90s girls who are singer-songwriters.
Oh, I'll give you my band's album. You probably love her.
Yeah?
Jocelyn Baker was our singer. Tori Amos, and she sounded like we'd get Cranberries and Natalie Merchant a lot if you listen to it.
Right up my alley, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you I'll give you the link.
I would love to see your records or something. Yeah.
Sam, we're out of time.
Are we?
Sorry we took up more than I'm sorry.
Well, that was a
we
ball.
went over. Yeah. Where can people find out more about you and your upcoming shows
They
and
can
stuff?
find out about me on my Instagram, which is Sam Handley Rocha.
We'll put it there, yeah.
Great. And I also do TikTok, also same handle across all social media. And
Sam Rocha?
Sam Rocha.
C-H.
That's right. CH, hard roach, I always say. Yes.
Well, thank you, Sam. I really
thank you
appreciate
for
it. It was
having me.
fun.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
And thanks for watching and listening. Go to sleep.